Lots of lights, very bright. I don't know if this was a bright idea. Hey, Landon here. So I've been doing YouTube for just over 4 years. This channel is more recent, but I've been doing a music channel since 2016. One of the most important parts of making a video that a lot of people don't really notice or talk about is the lighting. I'm constantly striving to improve the looks of my videos and try out different lighting. So I've experimented with different lighting over the years, and I've come to a solution I think that works for me, and it's two different solutions. So I'm going to talk about both in this video. So I've got two traditional setups that I'm going to showcase in this video. So they're both light box solutions, and one is traditional bulbs and the other one is LED panels. So we're going to compare both and see how they look. Right now I've got everything on. I've got all my lights turned on. So it's kind of blown out maybe a little bit, but that's the point. Let's just talk about my initial setups years ago. When I first started doing videos, I didn't really realize that you needed lighting. It's not really something you know until you discover it or somebody tells you, you need more lights. Any camera can look a lot better with good lighting, so it's very important. The first setup I bought was actually a kit, and it's called the CanadianStudio 1600 watt video photo studio lighting softbox light kit with 2 stands. It comes with 8 bulbs. That's the name. They have a huge name. I'll put it up. You can just take a look at it. I'll have links in the description to everything that I'm using. I got everything on Amazon. You can check it out on Amazon or wherever you want to buy them. Basically, it's 2 stands and 2 giant light boxes. Each light box has 8 bulbs. I've since replaced the bulbs with something a little bit warmer. I found the bulbs that it came with were too bright and too white looking, so I like something a little bit warmer. I've been using those for a couple of years. I found that in my I have a small space for my music room. Having the light boxes set up all the time, it took up a lot of space. So I was looking at getting something a little bit smaller, which led me to the other setup that I have. So the second setup that I have is 2 LED panels. They're called the Neewer Upgraded 660 LED Video Light Dimmable Bicolor. These names are terrible. The description, they basically take the description and make it the title on Amazon. I'm just looking at the exact link here. So I bought 2 of those, and I bought the softbox for it as well. And these are LED panels, and we're just going to compare them, quick light comparisons. The 2 setups that I have, I use the LED panels in my small music room for space saving, and I find they look good. And then I use the bigger light boxes out here, and this is usually where I do my shots of guitars and products and stuff like that, and they look good out here. I've got them all set up, so we're going to switch back and forth. We're going to see how they look and compare, and then I'll mention the settings I have on each so you know exactly how I got the settings for this. I also have a front light that's shining on me right now, and I'll mention that. Key light on the front here, which is just a little panel. Not sure if it's making a big difference. It does enough. I'll put that one up as well. It's called an Aputure. Aputure? Not sure the brand name, how they say it. So let's do a comparison. Let's turn off some of the lights. We're gonna turn everything off first of all, and then we're gonna bring them on one by one. Let's just do a little comparison. Hopefully this is helpful. Somebody's looking at doing lighting for a YouTube channel. You don't need to have this much light. This is pretty much, this is a little bit crazy, but let's compare bulb versus LED. That was the whole point of this video. So let's shut these off. Shut it off, we'll do it live. There we are. Just got the one little panel here. I'm gonna show you exactly what I've got here. Set it up, take it off for a second here. Rig mounted. So this is a little panel. Here's the brand here. Got a Gorilla grip, and it's just like hanging onto my tripod here. Let's start with the natural bulbs. I don't know why I'm saying natural. They're fluorescent or incandescent, whatever you want to have. I can't remember what kind of bulbs I have in there right now, but we're gonna turn those on. So I've got 2, they're on each side here, and you can have 4 bulbs on or you can have 8. So let's start with 4 on each one, and then we'll go to the 8, and then we'll flip to the LED panels. So there you can go, there you can go. There you go, there's 4 bulbs on each of the soft boxes. Now we'll turn on 8, so we'll have 16 lights on total. There we go. There's 16 bulbs lighting up the room. And I've got the soft boxes basically in the same position across from each other. So we'll shut those off and we'll do the LED panels, and I'll talk about the settings I have set up on the LED panels. There we go. There's the 2 LED panels. They're set 100% brightness. They have a dim feature, which is cool. The bulbs don't have a dimming feature, and I have it set to 3200K. Is that Kelvin? I can't remember what the K stands for. I think it's how many candles you have set up with a K. like Mortal Kombat. So I've got them set up. Maybe I'll flip back and forth, just do some quick editing so you can see the difference. And I mentioned the stands are set up roughly beside each other, so it should be the same kind of configuration lighting wise. And again, with the front light off here. So that key light is pretty important. All right, let's turn it all back on. There you go, all the lights on. That's 16 bulbs and 2 LED panels. There you go, hopefully that gives you an idea if you're trying to think of what kind of lighting to get. And the prices range on all these things. There's different brands. I just picked these particular ones because they weren't super expensive. They weren't the cheapest ones. I tend to go in the middle when I buy stuff like this. And I've been happy with all of them so far. One of the concerns with LED panels sometimes is that you might not get the lighting that you want, but you can dim it a lot. These are bright enough. Some aren't too bright, but you can also change the color, which is important too. Again, I'm not a lighting expert, as you can clearly see. I'm just a guy that tries things out, and I find things that work, and if I like it, I like to share it. So, all right, if you are looking at getting these, take a look in the description. I'll have links to everything, and I'll turn it over to you guys. What do you use for lights? If you're doing videos on YouTube, what have you found successful? Sometimes natural lighting is good, but you can't always have that. Depending on the time of the day and how it is outside. When I started my channel, I was originally using just living room light stands that I got from Home Depot, and they had 3 bulbs each. I had 3 of those set up. They got really warm in the room. I found these are nice and cool. So these are fluorescent lights and the LED lights, and I think that's really important depending on where you are. You want to have something that's cool and not going to burn you out literally and make you sweat. So that's something to consider as well. All right, that's going to do it for this video. Again, I'm Landon. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next video, take care. So I typically use the giant bulb light boxes. So I typically use the giant light. So I typically use the giant panels. No, sorry. Stop.